Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. Today is August 24th, 2025. We never say the date on the show. Why would we? I'm Will, and I'm too stupid to lie. With me, as always, is our very own Queen of Diamonds, Ben. How you doing, Ben?
Nice. What's up?
And of course, we are joined by the man of the hour who was quick enough on the draw to save our beloved sheriff, Deputy Atticus. How's it going, Atticus?
Oh no, I'm Andy on the podcast.
That's not well, today. I don't know. You're the man of the hour.
Sure.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Andy's the man.
Yeah. I forgot he saved the day this time.
This is a podcast about Twin Peaks. Check us out over on YouTube and visit patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton for weekly bonus episodes. Today, we're talking about the finale of Twin Peaks Season 1. And oh, what a finale. You might say it goes out with a bang. How are we feeling about Twin Peaks today, boys?
Pretty good.
Much more positively than normal.
I really like this episode. This is one of the ones that I think sticks in your mind forever, right? Like, remember every single scene from it, basically the same way I remember every single scene from the first episode. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, it's an iconic episode. Atticus, you said you're more positive on this than usual?
Yeah, so we were just talking about it before we hit record, but I liked this episode, and after I watched it the either the day that we recorded or the day after last week, and it got me interested in like rewatching. So I'm catching back up to where we are, and I think I'm ready to record our first episode on the pod now.
Nice. Damn, this show is pretty good.
You dropped a bomb. I'm curious. Walk me through the vibes. Walk me through the what clicked. What happened?
I think first of all, I'm a terrible like viewer of media in general. So like it takes me a while to catch on what's happening, and it felt like to me Twin Peaks was not wanting me to catch on, and I was barely not bouncing off because I was on this podcast. So I don't think I was fully following, and like there's too many people and all that like as they were piling on information onto me that I was just not keeping up with, I think, or something. I don't know. But also I'm a binger for TV, so it's unusual for me to do the weekly. So things were not working in my favor. And this watching it this way, rewatching it and all at once, excited me.
You know what? I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that crucial to the vibe or the appeal of this show is the familiarity with it. I don't know. You just want to. Like, it gets better when you're like more familiar with the characters and you just spend more time with them. And so like a rewatch and all at once makes sense. Like you just want to kind of get in the world and stay there. I mean, like want to depend. Like it can be a dark world, but inhabiting the Twin Peaks watcher world, I think lends it or can result in a better viewing experience. What about the finale clicked for you, or is it just like eventually you had spent enough time with the characters?
I think it was time with it, yeah, more than the finale hit, because like I really liked the first episode when I went back to watch it.
Cool. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What a time. And yeah, Ben, every scene is very memorable. So this was the first and only time Mark Frost directed an episode of Twin Peaks, which is kind of interesting. Nice. He's the we do a lot of talking about David Lynch when it comes to Twin Peaks, for good reason. But as far as auteurs go and authors of this world, Mark Frost is very, very, very important. Just as important as David Lynch here. So I think that, the man deserves his flowers. He wrote a lot of extra material for this that I think I plan on getting into a little bit, like the Diary of Laura Palmer, the guidebooks and things. I think that there's some interesting stuff around the periphery that Mark Frost got into. So, yeah.
What time of the day do you guys watch these episodes? So I know when
Evening.
to break into your house because you'll be distracted. You watch them at evening?
I watch them at evening. Yes. When the clock strikes evening, I'm turning the TV on.
Yeah. Well, okay. Me too, kind of, except later, night. I would call it night. Maybe evening's a little earlier. I like to watch it at midnight. Spooky. Spooky time.
Very good.
I've enjoyed that. Just watching it in the dark, alone.
Yeah.
At midnight. I'm kind of tired. It's a good vibe for it. I feel like Twin Peaks is a good show to watch at night, Watching it, that maybe is what separates it from one way that it is different or distinct from other soap operas is I think this actually hits better in the middle of the night than at lunchtime.
Rather than daytime TV.
Yeah, 10 a.m., something like that, I feel like Lost,
Where do you think it was
you can watch that anytime, but Twin Peaks, I got to watch it in the middle of the night. Yeah,
What'd you say,
did it come?
When do you think it aired? Like an 8 p.m.?
Prime time. Yeah.
Nighttime, yeah.
I'm guessing, though. I'm Googling with one hand here. Well, I can't tell.
I've been all over the map for when I watch it, so nothing.
I think it was. Yeah, I think this is a prime time situation. This was like 9 p.m.
Nice.
Which is
9 p.m.
That's too late.
That's too late for you.
Yeah,
It's too early
I'm
for
asleep.
for spooky guys like me.
For Mr. Spooky.
I like to sit down and light all the pumpkins in my house. My perennial pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns.
Yes.
Actually, they turn into jack-o'-lanterns at midnight. They're just regular pumpkins, gourds during the day, you might say.
Whoa.
I don't think Twin Peaks is a Halloween show, though. I gotta say, hot take.
No,
it's not a Halloween show.
No. I think it's an autumnal show, vibe-wise,
Definitely.
but not a Halloween show. I think you're right. I think there's an important difference there.
Yep.
And speaking of evening, I think we need to talk about episode 8 called The Last Evening. This aired May 23rd, 1990. As I said before, it was written and directed by Mark Frost. And yeah, let's get into it. The episode begins. James and Donna break into Dr. Jacoby's office and find half of the heart-shaped medallion and an audio tape in a hollowed-out coconut.
It's so fun. I don't know why, but it's just such a funny thing. Like, obviously, it makes sense for Jacoby, but when they're like, I think Laura mentioned something about a coconut. Look, here's a coconut.
Okay. Yeah. I'm working on the world's most annoying fan theory that Jacoby spent time on the island from Lost and has been driven crazy by it ever since. That explains his tiki vibes, his coconut decorations.
Do you think he had to press the button for a while?
I think he had to press that button for a little bit. And I think that it explains his anachronistic dress.
When did
all scrambled from time travel.
When did coconut? How did coconut develop the connection to being cuckoo? When people say like, "Yo, you're crazy as a coconut."
Do people say
Never
people say
heard
you're
that.
nuts?
No, people say you're crazy as
People
coconut.
who says that?
Well,
You thinking of are
maybe-
you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs?
no. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe it's just in that Avalanches song. But I think other people say you're crazy. People say you're crazy as a coconut.
I mean, I think that like I don't know where nuts came from, to say somebody's crazy, but I feel like it's an easy step one riff on you're a nut, you're a coconut. You just want to get a little. You think I just fell out of the coconut tree? That's
There you go. Yeah,
that's one.
there's
That's not
one.
crazy. That's just like an idiom.
What
And actually, I don't even
What
know if
was
that's an
the-
idiom. I think that's just like
was that? That's a
she
new
said
A
idiom?
broken one.
yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
I love what was the device? What did James accidentally do, or was it Donna that like got the music going
Oh my
in the
gosh.
house?
Push the button.
They were
Push
messing
the
with
button on the wall.
yes, a nightmare AV setup. I would say is having your stuff hardwired throughout Jacoby's setup there. Like I can only imagine how annoying it would be, and
Having you
messing
been
with somebody else's AV setup sucks. Like, do not put me in charge of trying to like turn on or off the music at Jacoby's office, man. Because
haven't you been to my parents' house? In our basement, we had dimmer lights that
okay,
when I was a kid, one of the dimmer, like it was a wall switches, and then some dimmer light knobs. And then there were other knobs that were the same as the dimmer knobs, right? All in this big panel. And those ones were connected to the volume on the sound system.
yeah,
Yeah. But all together. And they were all right next to the stairs. So to change the volume, you had to get out, step up, walk away from the couch and walk to the stairs and change the volume. Yeah. So it was a thing. That's kind of like one of those, future
I mean, yeah, it
things
seems like
where
a
it's
thing.
like people just kind of figured out something a little better. But for a while, that was like height of luxury type
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, for sure.
I
Yeah,
remember
I had
when
a
I was
friend.
a kid.
I had like a rich friend who had like an enormous like CRT television, but it was like built into their wall at a time that must have been like, well, this will be the finest in video delivery technology forever. It's essentially
Yeah.
part of the like it's load bearing now, this TV.
Yeah,
in
their
the basement.
new TV is just in front of that now.
Oh, it has to be. There's no way it could hang today, but like it was so big and so like and also too, I remember like to change an input on it, it's like, well, it's like we're gonna have to like take like framing off, like wood panel framing to try to like get the DVD player plugged in because we didn't have a DVD player yet or something.
Yeah. Nice. I love that kind of futurism stuff. Well, I've talked before how I wish my house had a intercom system. That'd be cool. But I think about like when I was a kid and I was like dreaming of the future, like I want to be a millionaire someday so that I can have a big CRT monitor, Dell desktop in every single room of my house. And actually I'd buy a big claw arm that I could put a monitor on so I could type on a keyboard in my bed and hang the monitor dangerously above me.
So dangerous. This 400-pound setup. Yeah, that could come crashing down at any minute. That's the dream. One of my first like production jobs in the film industry was I was a PA on a short film in Austin, and basically my job was so they filmed at someone's house. I don't know, like a friend of the director's house, and a friend of their parents or something. Because I remember they were, of an older generation, and they had to use like their living room for it, but in order to use the living room, like there wasn't quite enough room, or they had to decorate it differently. They had to remove uh, their entertainment system, which their stereo and their cables and speakers and things like that. And I got brought on at the end of the production, and my job, when I showed up, they said, "All right, we're actually done. All you got to do is just put back the AV setup." And someone took like one picture of like the room with it, like before they started like tearing it down, but
Not the back of it.
not the back of it. And my mind has probably exaggerated the level of like rat's nest cabling stuff, but in my mental image of it is like there were thousands of cables, and were just not, they weren't like plugged in. They were like wires that were, you would need to, screw down and connect or something, but like there wasn't like a color sort of connection there. And I was like, this is like an engineer needs to do this. This isn't just like some 20-year-old. I don't know.
Who's had like HDMI his whole life.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It was stuff from a generation of entertainment technology I did not understand. And that's how I feel like Jacoby's office was set up. I just kind of like physically put the like speakers back into place and like connected some stuff together, and was like, "Yep, this is good. You're giving me $20 today? Yeah, you got the $20 AV setup, my guy. Yeah, it's great. Better than before, in fact."
Dude, I got myself a $20 AV setup these days. I actually have an amplifier and speakers that connect the way you're describing. That I'm
you
Dr.
a
Jacoby in the
caveman?
house.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have like preset tunes that like when you slap the button, it changes from Surfer Girl to, I don't know, Surfer
Another Beach
Woman?
Boys song.
Yeah.
It's all hooked up to you gotta like use your phone to get the coconut songs to play, but it is all at a moment's notice. I can blast the neighbors with coconut music.
Hell yes. That's the end game anyway. That's all you need. Okay, so we are one sentence into the summary here. Donna has a cool purple hat.
Very
Her
cool. She's been
detective
wearing it
outfit.
a while, but it is a very cool
Yes.
outfit. She's the best dressed of the crew.
Yes, Donna's fits are great. I don't think I was ever a Donna hater, but I am more of a Donna appreciator this time around. I like her a lot. All right. Meanwhile, Jacoby stealthily approaches the gazebo where he is supposed to meet Maddie disguised as Laura.
In
Seeing
a stealthy
her while
outfit.
he's got his stealth mode going. Seeing her while hidden in the bushes, he stands dumbstruck for a moment, unable to believe his eyes. But as he is about to call out to her, a man in a balaclava and a trench coat suddenly approaches him from behind and beats him mercilessly. Yeah, he gets his stuff rocked.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has wanted to do this to this man that he's ever met.
Yeah, this is just a guy doing this based on vibes alone. He doesn't know what he's up to. He doesn't know anything about his background. Just like, this guy just seems annoying, and I'm going to do this to him.
Do you think Jacoby has been beat up before?
Yes.
Okay. That makes me like
saying
him
that because-
better, I think. That makes me
Yes.
like him a lot better. And I'm a fan of him. I think I've said that before. I'm a fan of Jacoby, but yeah. Not sure if he's one of those people that like somehow has been like a freak his entire life and has avoided any
No,
comeuppance
he's a
for
freak
it.
despite. He definitely has
Yeah,
the vibes of like, the freak springs eternal.
sure. hmm
And which is like is admirable to an extent. Is like that's kind of maybe why he wound up in this place a bit too, where like he doesn't really fit in anywhere, but here at least it's not like he fits in, but he kind of does in a weird way, like because he doesn't versus everywhere else. It's sort of like, well, yeah, somebody eventually just ends up beating his ass, and so he doesn't get. He doesn't get knocked out. He has a heart attack during the assault, and it's more a reaction to seeing Maddie than it is the violence itself, which is
That's so Jacoby, It's not being beat up that's putting me out.
hmm I'm actually falling over because I want to, not because you tell me to. James and Donna turn up to pick up Maddie, causing Jacoby's attacker to flee the scene when he hears them approaching. Knocked to the ground, Jacoby sees Laura leaving with her friends, but winded from the sudden assault, he cannot move or cry out, and he stares into the sky as he suffers a heart attack. There's very interesting sound design through the scene, too. There's like thunderous booms throughout. Kind of interesting. Some cool formal decisions in this episode that I'll be noticing. At One-Eyed Jack's, Cooper is playing blackjack with Jacques, showing him the broken chip and introducing himself as Leo's financier. Blackie watches them on her security camera somewhat distractedly. She's doing a tarot card reading. Cooper and Jacques talk over drinks, and Cooper makes Jacques drop his guard down and questions him about the events that happened during the night when Laura was murdered. Jacques reveals that Laura was indeed with him and Leo that evening, and that it was Leo's idea to make Laura take a bite of the poker chip.
This is a real. To catch a pedophile, you have to become a pedophile moment for Cooper. He's going deep. It was making me think to myself, did the QAnon people ever get a hold of Twin Peaks?
Oh man, I don't know. You'd think it would be something that's like very rich with symbol. I never heard any like One-Eyed Jacks as like an inside. In my time spent in
That's
QAnon.
because you were missing the code for it. Well, you were seeing people do this and not getting it.
I have no idea what that can mean.
How admissible is all this information he's getting? Like, does it, like, are you allowed to lure someone across the border? Are you allowed, like...
Dude, he's doing big time entrapment, right? You can't just be like, I'm going to pay you to do a crime. And then he does the crime. And they're like, got him.
But
Got your ass.
All right.
Is Jacques American or Canadian?
Believe he's Canadian, just based on his name.
Maybe it's not entrapment if it's somebody from a different
A
country.
foreign national. Yeah.
I guess he is
True,
acting
yeah.
as a bookhouse boy.
Yeah.
Officially.
Your Honor. While I was using the $10,000 from the FBI to bankroll the gambling and entrapment operation, I was technically doing it as a civilian, and therefore the only crime that's been committed here is stealing from the FBI. And now that you already got him in handcuffs, I don't know. But okay, anyway, this is a really grotesque and disturbing recounting here that Jacques gives of Laura's final moments, basically, or the last evening. Like this formal decisions here, like super close up on his mouth as he talks through this.
Frenchly.
And Frenchly, yes. And Cooper manages to keep his cool, but like seems like barely. Yeah.
I gotta say,
he's like, oh, thanks.
You gotta be You got to be a little stronger than that, my dude. If you're going to get on to the next cases, he's tearing up at the first crime, the first one, the one that he intentionally went out to find out about.
Yeah. He's just freaking out like, oh, you killed her? What the heck? Oh my God. Oh.
Reminds me of John Mulaney's bit about, who's it on SVU? Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're telling me this guy kills people? Gross.
Yeah.
What does he say? What does Jacques say Frenchly in slow motion? I think he says, bite the bullet, baby.
Yeah.
Bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I can't really say it
Gross.
Frenchly, but it was gross, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jacques is like, he's very cagey. Ultimately, just tells Cooper everything. But like, he's initially very guarded about what he says. And then we'll return to that later, I guess. Cooper eventually instructs Jacques to meet him at the water processing plant in 2 hours. Harry and Andy arrest Jacques as he arrives at the designated spot. He attempts to escape and shoot Harry in the back, but Andy injures him first in an impressive display of marksmanship.
Does he really attempt to escape, or does he just attempt to shoot him in the back?
He was going to shoot his way out, kind of thing, I think, is ultimately. I don't know if he had like a full plan, but I think he was trying to like not get arrested. I think he was trying to just...
I feel like
he was close.
A real operator like me would know to take out the guys directly next to me first.
I mean, dude, this is a fun inversion here because Andy is the only competent cop here in this scene at all. There's really shoddy work from everyone else in the scene, and Andy's the only stone cold operator here. Like, I feel like they basically like kind of roll up on Jacques and they're like, haha, all right, we got him. Like, well before, yeah, they're dusting themselves off and patting each other on the back before they've even engaged.
We're gonna make the front page.
Culprit. Yeah. But yeah, Andy blows him away.
I mean, it is
my man.
Prescient though of cops. I mean, we give Andy a pass. We've been giving Andy the anti-ACAB pass or something like that. I don't know which way you would say that, but Andy is kind of like, he's like a regular cop. He's just like pissed off at his girlfriend at home, and who knows? We don't really see him much else in that scene. He might have had his hand on the trigger the whole time, like,
oh, ready to go.
I'm really pissed off. I'm gonna shoot the next person.
I guess that is like that's probably the correct read. The read is that he's pissed off that he and Lucy aren't together. I like to think that he has like like he became a cop for a reason. Like, imagine Andy's backstory here. It's like he like dug deep into some like hidden reserve of competency or something that like he, like, when it really counts, the man can save, can do the right thing and save and shoot to incapacitate, even, like, not to kill. He wasn't there to Anna Lucia things, for example. Okay, let's talk about Audrey. Audrey is brought into the manager's office at One-Eyed Jack's, where she is told the owner is coming tonight and may well choose her to be his next girl. I want to talk about Audrey's dress. So in the last episode, she shows up in a black dress that she presumably selected herself to appear more mature or desirable or suitable in her mind for this escort position that she's showing up for. And that's similar to Blackie's dress. The strange hunching seamstress that we see momentarily puts her in a dress like the rest of the escorts at One-Eyed Jack's, and it is much more of a costume. They're dressed up like dolls. And
We know you have
Blackie
a-
gets to wear like a
we know you have a very nice black dress, very chic or whatever, very timeless. But
you look like a
we
person.
we kind of have more of like a Japanese maid cafe thing going on on here. So
Carnival.
we're gonna need you to put on this costume.
Yeah. And Blackie gets to wear a normal-ish dress. She's the one in control. Audrey shows up in a similar dress and like, you are not in control, you know.
And
You're
Audrey
gonna-
is vaguely aware that her dad is involved, but doesn't know that he owns it, right?
I think that's yeah. I think that she's suspicious that he's connected to this world or some seediness
Well, she knows that he
But-
goes there.
that it goes here, yeah.
Goes
Yeah.
there. Okay.
And in this scene too, Blackie has Audrey select a card. She picks a card. She picks the Queen of Diamonds. Do we want to read into her selection of the Queen of Diamonds?
Well, what else was it gonna be? There's not a lot of cards. Was she gonna pick the? I was thinking to myself, what would I pick? What would be that? What would be the wacky off the wall pick for me? 5 of clubs, something like that. What would somebody never pick? Maybe that would be it.
I wouldn't have known that it was going to get sewn to me. So I think that I thought like maybe it'll be like do a trick. And, you know, I just kind of do kind of like what Audrey does is go towards the middle of it and grab something.
Probably a royal card or an ace if I could, but beyond
Go
that,
ace mode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe.
Like I pick a 10 and they're like, all right, you'll get spanked 10 times. No.
Wait, did
But
we
yeah,
miss? Did we miss the part? It would have already happened where Cooper was playing poker.
Yeah.
Sorry to go back, but
No, that's fine.
he's like awesome, like Homer Simpson style poker player. Where Jock's like he's already got like 6 cards and he's sitting
Yes.
at like 20. Are you sure you want another card? Yes, hit me. Very awesome. Yeah, great way to spend the
That's
FBI
an
money.
interesting. Well, I mean, that is a great scene. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. Yeah, they're playing blackjack, and yeah, Jacques keeps dealing Cooper very low cards, like 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like just not adding up to anything. And so yeah, you get like he gets a crazy run, or I don't know how hand here, and then he finally like flips over the card to something to reveal that like okay, he managed to hit 21 exactly on the dot, and Jacques got 20. And I think that does it feel like there's some I think there's some like implication that it's a rigged game a bit. If not outright rigged, I think the expectation is that you're there and you lose money. And maybe Jacques is a little bit of he's stacking the deck a little bit, so he's gonna get the big cards, and Cooper's gonna get the little cards, and so it'd be easier for him to hit 20. And then also, one of the escorts comes and tries to distract Cooper while he's playing too, but Cooper is simply too locked in and manages to beat Jacques by a point, and that's when he tips him like $1,000 to get the conversation with him later. Maddie and her friends listen to Laura's tape where she's talking about some mysterious man whose name shouldn't be mentioned and who satisfied her completely, albeit she drops a hint about his identity by mentioning a red Corvette. This is another disturbing and upsetting scene. These tapes from Laura are tough to listen to. Although it is very funny to imagine James furiously trying to fast forward through the parts where Laura is calling him dumb. She's and just like fast forward like 5 minutes, and she's still like, he is so dumb. I mean, dumb. This guy's dumber than a bag of rocks. Dumb. I mean, like no, no
Bobby
swag
cried,
having.
but James.
Well, it does. I mean, it does hit him very hard because this is another Scooby-Doo situation of,
Yes.
hey, Doc, what's up? Let's talk more about how every grown man in the town has some weird sexual relationship with me. Also, by the way, James, fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, James, she didn't mean it.
Ooh.
What was that other stuff
Yeah.
she was saying? I didn't understand that other stuff, but she loved you.
Right. Ugh, that's a tough tape to get as James in a lot of ways. Dr. Hayward leaves and tells Donna to check on her mother. From what they heard on the tape, James concludes that Jacoby had nothing to do with Laura's death, and that he was in fact trying to help. They're like,
Yeah,
all right,
that
James,
was-
what do you think?
I mean, that's the other great part. All this other very dark stuff, and then they're like, conclusion time. I don't think it was Dr. Jacoby, but that's all we've learned.
Yeah. Well, blast. It looks like our hypothesis was off. That's what you got out of that? You
Back to the
guys?
drawing board.
Ugh, yeah. You don't want to like go take like a cold shower right now. Donna still finds it strange that he had the necklace. Yes. Yeah. He's still weird.
Question. I'm getting jumbled up with two items that I want help tracing the providence of. Where, and I know it's probably been very obvious, but where did he get the necklace again?
Don't know.
Do we see it? Okay, we didn't see it.
Nope.
And where did Cooper get the poker chip? Was that in Chuck's house?
That
Or
was
cabin?
in
Run it.
Laura's
Or
stomach.
Laura.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Cut to Shelley. She's washing her hair, and she is assaulted by Leo at their house and brought to the sawmill, where he ties her up, sets up a time bomb, and tells her she has 1 hour to think about what she has done. Now Bobby will die for sleeping with her.
Leo, smart. Just what a guy. does the thing where he sneaks up behind her and grabs her mouth so that she won't scream and make any noise, and then he proceeds to talk at volume 11 voice.
Beyond max.
Shelly, you made me do this. Shh. Quiet.
Yeah, he's busy as hell these last couple episodes. Like, he is running around the town. He's scoping things out. He's shooting birds. He's lighting things on fire. He's making deals. He's abducting his wife. I gotta say, if the story of Twin Peaks was told in a less soap opera-y way, it would be formally horrifying. Like, imagine if David Fincher directed this episode in the way that like he directs like Panic Room or Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Like, it's no less disturbing the way that this is presented, but the dark magic of the Twin Peaks show is that it has a direct line to the subconscious, that like you can kind of present these like really horrifying things in a kind of kitschy way that lets you still be on TV, but also aren't. I mean, since then we've had a lot of TV that deals with like really dark, heavy stuff. Like the SVU stuff is like the nastiest crime of all time, and it's like on network TV, like basic whatever. And Twin Peaks feels less exploitative of it, that even though like, because it's like it almost feels like it's on another like plane of existence than just like the basics, like, oh, someone's like being chopped up and fed to themselves or something. I don't know. But
It's
like, I guess
sandwiched between scenes where like two people are like professing love with like the synthesizer, da, 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 like the theme coming in, and no one's reacting the way they should to horrific things.
Yeah. Nadine plans to kill herself by overdosing on drugs. And that's all TV Tropes has to say about Nadine, like all season. These summaries are really quite good on the whole, but it's funny how little they ever talk about Nadine. But do we have thoughts about Nadine? And like, I guess, yeah, we can get talk about how Hank discovering her later, or Big Ed discovering her later. But we have thoughts about Nadine?
What were those drugs? One of them looked like I don't know. So like they don't look like normal drugs. Normal kitchen,
I can't remember.
bathroom cabinet stuff.
Like sleeping pills. I mean, it's
Yes.
like the classic, right? It sounds like she's been struggling for a while, and so I wonder if she's been on medication to try to help soothe her condition that she's just maxing out on here. But yeah, she's really taking this rejection by the patent attorney really hard. And she like dresses up in like a dress for this. It's tough. And it doesn't seem to be connected to anything else going on in the show. This is just kind of a Nadine on her own little mission. It's an interesting thing to examine about like its inclusion here in the show. But as a character, Nadine, why do they add this lady with one eye who's just like weird and self-tortured and tries to kill herself? What's going on with that? Elsewhere, Hank blackmails Josie by saying he will reveal her role in her husband's death and his role as the fall guy. He seems to have gotten 18 months for murder. That's kind of what we're learning here. We get a great shot of Hank being framed by the antlers of like a mounted trophy buck or something. And he's dropping micro to macro aggressions throughout his monologue, referencing Oriental philosophy several times, as he says.
Yep.
And gosh,
he's a menacing character. Is all I was going to interrupt you to say.
He is. He's like he seems to be like kind of like Jacoby in a weird way, almost from a different show or different. Yeah. It's kind of like he's the only one who's like capable of lying in a weird way, where just like everyone is lying to each other, but he is like lying. I'm having a hard time putting my finger on it, but it's like he's the only one to he's the only person that it occurs to be like a little bit sneaky about something. I don't know. Like even like the way that like Ben Horn is like dishonest in his business dealings or like whatever. It seems like very like Mr. Burnsy in a way, whereas Hank is the only like, I don't know,
gritty guy,
sneaky guy. Yeah. And gosh, it sure seems like Josie is real passive all season. Interesting. Any other comments about this scene between Hank and Josie?
Nope.
Okay.
Just better be careful.
At the police station, Andy makes a big step in his and Lucy's relationship by kissing her, but she drops a bombshell on him by revealing that she is pregnant leaving him shocked and dumbfounded.
Damn.
I love the
never-
scene where the boys are talking him up and Lucy's trying not to smile at him.
Nice.
That was great.
My read on the scene is that Andy never had the talk, and so he's under the belief that he's just made Lucy pregnant with the kiss.
Just now.
Should have paid attention in class.
Gotta shout out the wool as always. Hawk's sweater is phenomenal in this scene. It's so good.
I think I might missed that. I might need to find that. I usually have Twin Peaks the episode rolling while we're talking, so I can skip around. I'm gonna scrub till I find the sweater.
Scrub to the sweater, dude. If either of you are thinking of Christmas gifts for me, I do think a vintage cardigan like one of these, like this is I need something like this in my life somehow. From 1990, just like thick, scratchy wool. They're awesome. These are awesome sweaters. Bobby calls the police station, to tell them about drugs in James's gas tank.
I wouldn't take calls from Bobby if I were the police department.
He's like disguising himself, though, isn't he?
He said he was Leo.
That's true.
Or Lucy believes that it's Leo, right?
Yes. At the hospital, Cooper and Harry interrogate Jacques about Leo and the girls. Jacques admits that he and Leo got in a fight that evening while they were both drunk and high on drugs that he used. Okay. They were both high and drunk on drugs. Drunk and high on drugs. Why am I having such a hard time here? Okay. He used. Maybe I'm. So what?
High and drunk on drugs?
Smoke, drink. So what? I beer, weed. He used Leo's shirt to bandage one of his wounds, but he claims that he stepped outside the cabin for a bit where he got sick and passed out before waking up early the next day to realize that Leo had abandoned him during the night and the girls were nowhere to be found. Okay, part of this is that this is the world's longest sentence, so I think we got through that there. But Jacques, dude, get a lawyer. He's way more willing to talk to the cops once they're not lying about who they are, even after Cooper betrayed him. I think that's interesting. How we feel about Jacques Frenchly
explaining himself,
giving up the goods.
I want to know I want to figure out his nationality so I can, or his citizenship.
You're always saying stuff like that.
I feel like you gotta.
So you can accurately discriminate against them.
Don't you have to call that in? I mean, I guess Cooper is FBI, right? Don't you have to call that in?
I'm FBI.
We need somebody who's not a local police officer.
We need somebody to translate. And he's just speaking in like a slight accent. He's like, in English, please, Frenchie. I think they should, get really offensive to Jacques. That'd be my one note here, is to get racist to French Canadians. Harry surmises that means that Leo must have been the one to bring the cars to, Jesus, Will, focus up, big dog. Harry surmises that means that Leo must have been the one to bring the girls to the train car, though he is not sure whether to trust Jacques' testimony. Cooper concludes that Jacques is telling the truth, if only because he seems too stupid to lie. Quite the diagnosis.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like the dumb be lying sometimes, though, anyway.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry believes that Jacques' testimony could be the evidence that they need to take down Leo for Laura's murder, but Cooper points out that they will actually have to find Leo first.
That's
Meanwhile,
kind of I feel like a silly thing to be like, I think we got enough evidence. We're going to find them first. It's like,
yeah, man, sorry,
thanks.
I'm not, yeah. I know I'm not like the big smart FBI guy here, but like, I think it's okay for me to like point some things out, I guess. Like,
We should go get
all
some
right.
pie. We're gonna have to drive there.
We have to drive there and then we'd have to eat it, you know? Yeah,
Okay.
I guess. Yeah. Sorry, dude. No, you should get to be the one to have the ideas. You're right. You're the one where everything comes from.
I'm Dr. Watson.
Meanwhile, Doc Hayward has attended to Dr. Jacoby. He tells Cooper and Harry that Jacoby suffered a heart attack when he was beaten up, but he is now stable, though still somewhat delirious from this episode because he's claimed he was meeting Laura at the gazebo. What the?
Hmm.
He's acting really weird. He's got golf balls in his mouth.
Yeah, they just noticed him how weird he's being now. They're like, he's got like weird multicolored glasses and he's got like tiki vibes. What the heck? We got to put this guy down.
What if he woke up and the vibe shifted to something else?
Totally
He just
normal.
talks normal.
Yeah, like the whole thing about people picking up different accents and stuff like that. What if he just switches? He's an Irish guy or something, you know?
He talks like Yoda.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if he talked like Yoda. Laura,
Dresses
I
that
saw
way, too.
a magic trick you want to see. You do. Catherine and Pete frantically search for the real account book in the office while Hank calls her to blackmail her as well. Later, he tries to convince Norma that he has changed, that his future would be much brighter. Hank is the manipulator. But okay, I wanted to talk about the scenes between Catherine and Pete really quick because that was the first part of here.
Old people
This is a great episode. What?
Old people romance between
Old people romance.
Ooh,
Yes.
they're gonna get it on.
Okay. Yeah.
Never
Nice.
mind,
I
go
was going to
ahead.
say.
Go ahead.
I know you're frothing at on your bit over there, but I wanted to shout out Jack Nance in this episode. It's a great iconic episode filled with a lot of performances, but like I want to give the gold star this week to Jack Nance as Pete, and I made the comp. And I want to think about this going forward. He sounds like the damn Joker. Is his delivery, doesn't he? Catherine, why don't we ever talk anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
the Joker, baby.
It kind of is. Yeah.
He's great. And then later when he runs into the mill when it's on fire, like he has this like cartoony jog, his stance. It's great. It sounds like Jack Nance had some personal problems, struggles with alcoholism, and David Lynch always kept him in working one way or another in bit parts for different things, just so he could keep his health insurance and whatnot. But feels like a difficult guy in a lot of ways. But this performance as Pete is very crucial to the show's vibe. That he's like maybe not central to the plot necessarily, but like everything about Pete is Jack Nance's performance is Twin Peaks in so many ways.
Yeah. Pete, another thing I want to say, such a great, in universe, such a great kind of person to be when you have to finally lie at some point, you know? Because he's already offbeat enough, you know? He's not a great liar, but it just registers as like, well, that's just Pete being Pete, you know? Were you helping out Josie? Who?
What? Yeah. Who?
Josie? No.
No. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. Hank and Norma. Hank's looming. He's lurking. He's imposing on Norma here. Norma just can't quit him. There's still something about him because he's putting on airs. He's like, oh shucks, I haven't earned my way back to your heart yet, Norma, but I just gotta say, I care about you and I want us to have a future and think about us. And like he knows which notes to play and knows how to manipulate Norma's sympathies. You gotta feel bad for Norma and just be like, Norma, don't listen to him. He's a bad man. Don't believe his lies.
I was spending a lot of
But
time
Think
during this
about Big
scene
Ed.
looking at all of the machines on the counter behind them. They got a lot of machines, a lot of hardware at that diner. They had like an OJ machine, an ice cream machine, the coffee machines, like dishwasher looking things. There's a lot of stuff back there.
I like that observation. It underlines how like Norma owns this place. She runs this place. She works it every day. She's got a lot invested in this place. She's got a lot on the line when it comes to her future of the future of the community too. She's got a lot of like physical assets here that she's managed to like build up like enough to reinvest to get an OJ machine for the diner. That's pretty cool. Good for her.
Yeah. Coffee, 20, I think they say this earlier too, but coffee 25 cents. They've got that sign back there. That always makes me think, like, wait, how much is coffee nowadays? Like, because I don't drink it. But if you went to a
I had a
diner,
$3 cup of coffee today at a bar,
that's
which
probably
is
cheap, right?
that felt expensive. I feel like
Oh,
it was coffee from just like out of a thermos that is
okay.
sitting there on the bar. I feel like that should have been a $1,
Really?
but
Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, 25 cents. I was thinking, damn, when you go back a long ways, you're paying like, I don't know, a penny, and they're like, damn, you get the whole thing. We can't subdivide this any further. So you just have to
yeah.
drink the whole pot for 1 penny.
Yeah.
Inflation is out of
Yeah, there's
control,
some
folks.
nice Twin Peaks inflation. There was a book that my dad read as a kid and then he gave to us. It was like The Great Brain, I think, or something. But I think it was about like the depression. Like I think it was an old book even when he read it as a kid. Um, but I remember like my lasting. It was a bit like a little kid like solving mysteries or something, you know. But I remember that the uh like the prices for stuff. They were talking about like a whole nickel like went so far in there, and that was like blowing my mind about like a nickel being like the most amount of money that like this kid could imagine type stuff. And I think there's also like kid logic to it as well at multiple levels, like even from the perspective of the character and the thing. But like it was like, you know, you could get like your bicycle for buy a bicycle for $1 type thing, and like just the scale of
Yeah.
things that were just, you know, shrunk down a whole bunch.
Hmm.
Bicycles
Ed
were very
finds
small
Nadine
back then.
very small. They were teeny tiny little guys.
Well, not
Ed
the ones with
finds
the big wheels
Nadine
on the
on.
front.
Although, what's that called? What's that bike called?
I don't know. What is it called?
The penny farthing.
Oh,
Owned.
okay.
Owned. Ed finds Nadine unconscious and calls an ambulance. Nadine, what are you doing on the floor? Knock it off. Come on, let's go. No, he launches into action. Zoe suspected that, you know, you're not supposed to move somebody when you find them hurting like that, but maybe he'd be able to get her to the hospital faster than the ambulance. I guess depending on how remote it is out there. But I don't know. Just let the EMTs do their job, I think. Harry receives the message left by Bobby pretending to be Leo and tries to drive off to his place while James and Leland arrive at the station. Leland convinced that Laura's killer has been found and lies injured in the hospital. James shows Cooper the tape, and the agent questions him about the prank he pulled on Dr. Jacoby and the drugs found in the gas tank. An epic prank. Convincing therapist that dead patient still alive. Gone wrong.
It went wrong so quickly because didn't he show up with a gun? Like, there was just no way that anything was going to go well in that prank.
Oh, did Jacoby rock a piece?
I think he did. I think he grabbed it out of his desk.
Oh, boy.
A spear gun.
Slug over his shoulder. He put it like a big snorkel on to go hunting.
It probably would have shot. If he shot it, it probably would have gone like bang, like this the flag.
Yeah. He's like sneaking around and he's like big squeaky clown shoes that have like a different honk every step. Ben Horn gives Hank permission to deal with Leo.
Permission to deal with Leo granted. What is
You
the
can
word that he
compromise
says?
him.
He says something unsuspiciously, very suspiciously / unsuspiciously on the phone. Like,
yes.
Approved or something like that. Yeah.
Yes. He's like in the business meeting and he's like, yeah, approve, something like that.
Activate.
Bobby, meanwhile, tries to find Shelley at the Johnson residence, only to be attacked by a very angry and very axe-wielding Leo.
Bobby, another great liar in the show. Yo,
Thank
Leo!
God you're here, Leo. Exactly the guy I'm looking for. Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean,
thinking
worth
on your
a
feet.
shot.
It is.
Mhm.
It is.
What else do you do?
Shelley, I'm here to smooch ya. Oh, Leo. Thank God.
That's what they teach you in the
Leo
military.
corners Bobby.
I assume his dad probably taught him that one. From whatever.
Oh, is it a lie?
What war would his dad have been in? What wars? Vietnam?
Vietnam?
It hasn't happened yet. Once again. I fought in 9/11.
Tripping into one of those holes in Vietnam and running across the Viet Cong. Thank goodness I found you.
You're exactly what I was looking for. You wouldn't believe it. There's like a whole army over there looking for you guys. Look out. I came to warn you. I stole one of their uniforms. You might want this.
Do you want me to go infiltrate? I'll go right back that way.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just go ahead back and I'll come back and let you guys know what they're thinking. Leo corners Bobby, but before he can bring the axe down on him, he is suddenly shot in the chest through the window by Hank, giving the younger man, Bobby, an opportunity to escape. And Leo kind of falls back on the couch and he's like, oh, damn, I got shot. But not dead per se.
See some TV. What's the show called again?
Invitation to Love.
Okay, there we go.
ITL.
Invitation to Love. When
You say Permission to Love?
Oh, I was about to say Permission to Kill. Just my knockoff James Bond film, actually.
License to go.
Permission to Kill. His analog
Shelley
in the show gets shot.
Yes.
But his analog of the show is a little bit more badass because he's got a biker, not a do-rag, what do you call it? Bandana.
A bandana.
Across the head. Black bandana, so you know he's a bad guy.
That's right. Shelley is found by Catherine just as the sawmill bursts into flames, according to the plan. Catherine releases Shelley from her bounds and they run out. But there is a great moment where Catherine pauses to consider what to do with Shelley instead of immediately freeing her. She like sees her and she's like, now,
Who are you?
Yeah.
This is really confusing to me. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It's a
I love
great character moment for her to just be like, let me think about this. Okay, the score has been adjusted here. What do we do with this? And even if it is, well, we still just run out because it's on fire here. But like maybe there's a play here. Awesome moment.
Help me shut up. I'm thinking. The adults
Yeah.
are thinking right now.
Hold on. Using the distraction caused by the sounding of the fire alarm at the hospital, Leland sneaks into the room where Jacques is sleeping, in the same wing that Jacobia is kept in. He avenges his daughter's death by smothering Jacques with a pillow.
Does
and
he?
another
How do you figure it out? Maybe it was just a random act of violence.
How does he figure it out? They tell him that Jacques is there, that they captured somebody.
Wait, but I
And
thought
he
I'm forgetting it then because when he's leaving the station, everybody insists that they can't tell him any more information. Do they say his name? I don't think so.
Oh, I guess they don't say that.
I guess he probably just found the guy in the hospital that was handcuffed. Now that
Yeah, I think it's safe to assume that he's drawn the line or connected the dots there. Like he has heard one way or another through the grapevine that they've captured a suspect, like of high interest in this case, and that's what he goes.
finds him
after.
quickly.
Finds him quickly. Really interesting creative decision here. Leland's expression shifts exactly when the fire alarm stops ringing, after smothering Jacques. Interesting.
I guess my original plan was to kill every single person in the hospital to be safe, but I guess that'll be it. One and done for now.
Yeah. Back at the sawmill, Pete goes into the burning building to save his wife. I mentioned this earlier, but I love how he runs to the building. He's like bow-legged, like a cartoon character. It's great. He's like,
she's still
"That's
my
my
wife.
wife." Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
She might be a piece of shit, but she's still my wife.
He's still my wife. Damn it. Meanwhile, at One-Eyed Jack's, Ben eagerly enters the room of his newest girl, who, unbeknownst to him, is his daughter. Audrey, meanwhile, is shocked to see that the fabled owner is her father. The scene ends before we see how that plays out. But he like enters in like eyes closed and he's like, I've heard there's someone new here or something.
I don't even think he says that. He says something about himself. I can't remember it either, but it was like, I bring gifts or something like that. I bring the gift of the best dude in the world.
Myself,
something along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audrey just does a little ruh-roh.
Yeah. I mean, she really bit off a lot to chew with this undercover operation here.
No backup at all.
This is the real like. I mean, we all knew where this was headed, but whoa, she really got in deep here. This goes deeper than she could imagine.
I'm gonna have to fuck my dad.
Clipped. Cooper returns to the hotel and records a message to Diane, noting Leo is going to be fat.
Can we back up before we do this final scene?
Yes.
Can we back up another scene? Not the Audrey thing.
Yeah.
Well, though also, this is when Audrey does get the the thing sewn onto her by
Yes, the queen, the big Queen of Diamonds card.
the Hunchback of Notre
Yeah.
Dame scurries out
We
of the room.
don't see their face, but we seem to have some sort of stooge there to
Yeah,
be
literal
performing.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
sewing.
Mhm.
Just it's a weird. I mean, we already got a weird aesthetic, whatever going on, but the French maid thing or whatever you call it, it's kind of established. But yeah, it's like, ooh, you know what's sexier than
Plus
that?
a card.
If all the women had like a big sandwich board with a card sewed onto the front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the Queen of Hearts. Okay, back up one more scene. We haven't talked about, I don't think we've talked about, and I've been wanting to for a long time, Piper Laurie, her
Yeah.
accent. She is
Mm-hmm.
of a different age. She's got the mid-Atlantic accent, which is,
Yes,
I mean,
she
I think
does.
she's the only one in this show. I mean, it really sticks out now anyway. But yeah, she's the only one in this show in 1990.
I mean,
with
she's bringing
one of them
She's
too.
bringing some classico touches.
Yeah, I
this
did
world.
I
Yeah.
tried to do a little reading about it, and I didn't get too far. But I have I think a pretty good idea of it. That apparently she was a little on the shy side when she was a kid, and her parents signed her up for eloquence classes. So couldn't say for sure, but
You know, those
get the idea.
Classic eloquence classes
You know,
that we all know and love.
yeah, you probably learned it. Probably learned it.
You
there,
probably sucked
right?
at those.
But me?
I don't know. Just the group.
You're just throwing a shot out to see who it hits.
Yeah.
Didn't your ass take
So whoever
eloquence
responded.
classes, Atticus?
No.
Did
But
you
if I
actually?
did, I would have been. I don't know. I
What
don't
kind
know
of?
what that would be.
Well,
nice.
you had like ear infections when you were learning how to talk, and so you had to get extra schooling. Dumbass. You didn't know how to talk as a kid.
I think I talked too good. People were gonna get jealous.
But to rein this guy in. But no, I think remember like the spoon stuff. You got to touch your chin and say,
Wait, isn't that? It's
you're
not
like, yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's not ESL, but it's like, what do you call where you're?
EFL.
Did you have what? EFL?
EFL.
What's EFL?
No, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
English first language. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but
it's-
if you have like a lisp or something, kids would go off to a teacher for a while.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a speech therapy.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think that's probably what you would have.
Speech
what would
therapy,
happen
yeah.
if you're. That seems like very old timey. Like, oh, she was shy, so we sent her to get electrocuted, kind of thing.
It'd be pretty awesome if
But-
if every kid with a lisp nowadays that went off to speech therapy came back with a mid-Atlantic accent, though. Like they take you all
I
the
agree.
way on it.
They should be doing that. Mhm.
Yeah.
There used to be
Anyway,
a
I
thing
think
like
that- I think
eloquence
that's
classes,
cool.
like etiquette stuff.
Etiquette. Yeah.
Yeah,
They made us
she was
take
doing
an etiquette.
Toastmasters.
They had us do an etiquette. Well, it wasn't. I guess kind of an etiquette dinner as a freshman in business school. We went off to have a nice dinner, and it was kind of goofy. I feel like that's maybe also a thing of the past because people kind of know that stuff nowadays.
Also, I'm imagining
That's-
what the version of the BizHawk etiquette was like. All right, do the coke in the bathroom, not at the table, type stuff.
That is just like wonderful to know that that's what y'all were doing.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, cool.
It was kind of fun. We got on like
Oh, I'm glad it was fun.
Yes, that's the point.
it was just a nice dinner. They just took it was just a dinner, you know. It was at the one of the maybe the football facility thing or something like that. Oh, it was the press box at the football stadium.
Mm,
That was the only time I've been there.
good. Do you remember that, Will? When they took you to dinner at the press box?
I remember my attempted airstrike on Kinnick Stadium when they took all the business students there. It didn't pan out. walking by the classroom, like working on my, analysis of modern philosophy or whatever it was, and listening to the business students be like, all right, which course comes first, salad or soup? And they're like taking notes. Like, come on, you guys.
Whatever. It was fun though. Nobody has a mid-Atlantic accent anymore though, and I think it is pretty cool.
That is a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe that seems like something that you narrowly avoided affecting your entire life.
Yeah.
And I think there's still time. I think that it could be your moment
to do it now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And specifically Piper Laurie too. Like, I think that'd be nice for you.
I feel like you could make it pass if you lived in a different country, or, if Shelly and I have, if we would have kids, we'd have, biracial kids. Maybe we could, oh yeah, this is just how my parents taught me to talk,
Oh yeah.
something like that. Just give it a little bit of cover, just something a little slightly confusing to your everyday person. Oh yeah, it makes sense that he talks like Cary Grant.
Yeah, you know what? Ben, have you seen Hudsucker Proxy?
No.
Okay. You should watch it, and then you should do Jennifer Jason Leigh's accent. That's what you need to be doing.
Okay.
It's like 30s screwball comedy, New York, fast talking.
Oh. Katharine Hepburn style.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch
yeah,
it,
yeah,
but yeah, okay. Yeah.
Cooper returns to the hotel and records a message to Diane, noting that Leo is going to be found sooner or later and that the Icelanders are gone. And we learn that Diane did send earplugs to Cooper, so she does exist, and the tapes are going somewhere.
Great confirmation.
Mm-hmm. He's, quote, looking forward to a few hours of quality sack time after a job well done. I love that feeling when I'm like headed to bed.
After you found the murderer.
Y'all, who's with me? Headed to bed, looking forward to quality sack time. That's great. As he arrives in his room, Cooper sees a letter from Audrey and receives a call from Andy while someone knocks on his door.
Who's this?
He opens
my dear special agent, and he just kind of looks at it like, my 17-year-old admirer can't get enough.
He really should have like picked up with like tweezers and put it in a Ziploc bag kind of thing. Like, let me just need to keep track of this evidence. He receives a call from Andy while someone knocks on his door. He opens it and sees a black-clad person with a gun pointed right at him. 3 shots to the chest, and the screen fades to black.
Damn.
Someone shot Agent Cooper. This is a hell of a finale, boys.
Didn't hear about that in the review of The Lodge. Cooper did not.
-1 star for getting shot 3 times in my doorway.
He ordered some more milk too.
That's true. What if that ever showed up?
Gross. Yeah. Well,
That's gross.
might still be on its way.
I'm not saying it's not gross, but where is it? Would it be gross
He
if it
likes
was
the
cold milk
He
he
likes
ordered
that
to his room?
cold milk.
I think it's mostly just the glass of milk. I mean, as a milk lover, still a glass of milk ordered to your room. So it's kind of crazy. You're gonna have to get the. You're gonna.
As someone who enjoys Thing, why would you order Thing?
But you're just buying one of them, and then you're gonna have to tip the guy.
Oh, it's not enough milk. I see. Yes. Why would somebody? I didn't know milk came in 1 glasses. I thought you would need to.
Maybe glass.
Yeah.
No, I think you just have to get something else. You have to order your money's worth. It's like when I hear about people ordering like a coffee on delivery coffee to their office or something like that.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
psycho.
I mean, I don't think I would do this, but it seems less psycho if you're like, okay, I've got 20 people on my team. I'm going to order 20 coffee or 20 donuts or something like that. But I'm not going to order one donut delivered. Same way, I'm not going to order
No, of course not.
I'm not going to order one. It's on a smaller scale, but I'm not going to order one milk delivered to my room because you're going to have to tip the
Difference
guy.
though. You're not door dashing. This is
You're
room
not
service
sure.
at the hotel.
But I know that's why I said it's on a different scale. But like
Okay.
you gotta tip the delivery person. But okay, let's say your thing costs $2. You can't give the delivery guy 40 cents, 50 cents. You got to give him a couple bucks, whatever. So now you're even
per
that
beverage.
seems
That's the tip.
I don't know now, but I'm imagining now $2. I think you got to tip them more than $1. You tip the bartender $1 for, they're just standing there. But this guy went out and milked a cow and then brought it to your room a long way.
Yeah. No, I do think you're totally right that like getting room service for one beverage is weird.
Yeah.
It's not, and I think we got a little hung up on the milk of it all.
Yeah, it's not the beverage choice.
It's not the beverage.
It could be any one milk. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
got to get a meal.
Yeah.
Just one meal, not a week's worth?
Okay, you could do a feast.
Meal prep. Yeah. One feast, please. Please bring a feast to my room.
when I went to Las Vegas a couple of years ago with Shelly, she went there for work, and I just tagged along, and she was like, "Oh, by the way,
during our Star Wars series, folks. Check out the Star Wars series.
Yeah,
some of the best stuff we've ever done."
And she was like, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work during the day, but you can order room service because it'll be charge it back for work. She's like, you can order room service. So I ordered room service, and I ordered like a drink and like a sandwich, and then the guy came, and he came with a table and like all the linens and stuff like that, and he really insisted on putting it all out too. He was like, no, I gotta, he undid the table, and then he put the stuff on top.
Oh, nice.
And then he wanted me to sit down, and he wanted to put the napkin in my lap.
Like,
and
tuck it into your shirt.
He didn't tuck it into my shirt.
Was it peanut butter and jelly?
It wasn't, but it was like a BLT or something like that. Pretty it's not a Subway sandwich.
Close to it.
But not peanut butter, but yeah. And he didn't tuck it into my shirt, but he did. I'm sitting in the chair, and he reached down and
he set it in your lap.
Hands are touching my legs. Yeah. And I was like trying to tell, I'm not hungry, like making up stuff like, I'm not hungry right now. It's okay. And he's like, no, just, you gotta sit down. Yeah. So you gotta tip. I had to tip him.
And you're in
too,
like basketball shorts and like, like a tank top or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice though. I mean, like I would like to know about that, but it's like a classy code room service. That's nice to know that it exists somewhere. That's kind of fun.
It is. But okay, again, not, whatever. Then you got to tip. You got to tip a lot of stuff. You got to tip a lot. And I guess I wasn't paying for it. It's mostly that I was uncomfortable in that situation. But yeah. So I imagine at the lodge, they're probably they want to sit him down and put a napkin in his lap and set up a table for him, and then they'll feed him, pour the milk into his mouth or something, So he's got a tip.
Yes, he will have to. I've been kind of hankering for a Vegas trip for some reason, but to just hang out in the hotel and like go eat at the restaurants.
I want to go eat. I enjoyed that. I found that a lot of the hotel food sucks. Some of it's good. A lot of the hotel. There's a really good Chinatown that I talked about last time that we went to. That was really good. Yeah.
Atticus, do you remember when our family went and we ate at the same mall Italian restaurant, like 3 meals in a row?
I just remember the food was amazing. That's all I remember. I don't.
Yeah, it was just
necessarily remember the different restaurants, but
yeah, but we just found a good Italian restaurant in the mall and just like ate there nonstop because it was so good.
Nice.
That was such a funny
Remember a
trope.
buffet that was very good.
Yes, the breakfast buffet rocked. I had like I fully. I think I'd like went to the hotel gym for like 20 minutes and like did like 10 push-ups and then got shaky and then hit the breakfast buffet and like mega sugar loaded, and I felt the best I've ever felt. It was
Interesting.
I don't know, like my body was waffle at that point. I don't know. Anyway, Atticus, since you've had your revelation on Twin Peaks this episode, I'd like you to go first with the ratings. What do you give this episode of Twin Peaks?
For bringing me into the light, I'm going to give it 5 stars. And, being a good episode.
Ben?
I overemphasized a little bit how much I like it. It's a 4 for me, not a 5. But it is a good episode. Yeah, it's a 4.
Yeah, this is a great episode. I also give it a 4, but I am loving that. I think that a 5 is perfectly justified. This is an iconic episode of television. The way other notes on the finale here, the season overall, I remembered.
Kill.
Yeah, go.
Laura Palmer.
Yeah,
Atticus.
who killed Laura Palmer? Atticus.
Multiple people involved. Leo and the French guy and his brother.
Okay. Yeah. Seems like that is kind of what happened on their last day. Who shot Cooper?
For some reason, I didn't. I'm such a bad TV watcher. I'm just like, can't wait to find out. It hasn't occurred to me to guess.
No,
that
I agree.
We might have even. You know what? Maybe Leland did it. Maybe he's going around crazy.
Ooh, I like that.
He's in a murder spree.
What about one of those Icelandic guys?
Oh yeah, maybe like.
I heard you didn't like my song.
Yeah, he complained to the front desk.
Here's
or
a
something
song for you, big dog. Yeah, hear my revolver sing.
Oh, I was gonna start singing a Bjork song or something like that.
Could be. I remember before we started this rewatch podcast, and I was talking to Atticus about this, pitching you on here's why you should join the podcast this season. And I was telling you like, oh, the Twin Peaks is so interesting. It's so cool. David Lynch, you're gonna love it. And if I remember correctly, I felt so like educated and erudite and astute for being for digging deep and coming up with this analysis. Now, if I remember correctly, Atticus, there is, I believe there's a read of Twin Peaks that is about sexual violence in DV. And then we end up watching the show again, being like, yeah, that's not that's text. Like as far as there's but what would how you were mentioning last week, Ben, how you kind of, I don't know, when we watched it the first time when you're like 18 or something, you're just like, oh, it's kind of an interesting murder mystery and it's kind of silly. But like, yeah, this is about something here. This is clearly about something. You don't need to dig deep to find that. But yeah, we finished the first season of Twin Peaks, an iconic first season. I want to start getting guests on here.
A viewer would be waiting how long to find out some of these answers?
I think it's only like 4 months.
Wow.
It's not that, yeah. Whereas here we're like, 3 seasons for, or 3 years for a new season of Severance, for example.
For like 8 episodes. Not that, I mean, this
Right.
season was 8, but.
Yeah.
Well, and then you wait 25 years after season 2 for
The return.
the return, you know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So it averages out
Averages
a
out
little bit.
Pretty typical show.
to about
On
12
average,
years.
expect pretty typical.
Mm-hmm. Last thoughts on the finale before we close out. All right. Good show, Twin Peaks, turns out. Big fan.
Yeah.
All right, folks, you can write into the show about the show, the podcast, at drskeletonsartschool@gmail.com. That sounds like that was a really long email address, but the email address is drskeletonsartschool@gmail.com. You can head over to patreon.com/drskeleton for a weekly bonus episode that we do. Those have been a lot of fun lately. We had a quite a tale of travel and scary roads last week over on the Patreon, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Check us out on social media. We're posting clips, vertical video, taking over the short form vertical video platforms, and anything else that we want to plug.
Shelly bought one of those vertical video, not only vertical, but camera things. You know what I'm talking about? With like a little built-in gimbal. You know what I'm talking about?
One of
Yes,
these?
I think probably. Yeah, it looks
That's so
possibly
crazy.
the same thing. I'm gonna start walking around my entire town, talking into the front-facing camera thing, and I'll post them
Diane.
on. I'll post them.
Yeah.
Diane.
Yeah, if Cooper was if Coop was today, would do Twin
His
Peaks
story would be
2000.
so irritating.
Cooper get
Using
iPad.
The DJI, so whatever it's called. Is that
Mhm.
what you have? Yeah.
It's the Osmo Pocket. Yeah,
Nice.
that's so funny. I just got one too for other reasons. What's Shelly doing with her camera?
Well, she's on vacation right now. She left me.
Oh,
left
for
me at home.
vacation. Gotcha.
She's taking
Yeah.
pictures on her solo vacation
Nice.
while I'm at home watching Twin Peaks. But when she comes back, she said I could borrow it and make psychotic videos of me walking around New Jersey.
Thank you, dear. I'm gonna go walk around New Jersey, terrorizing the neighborhood. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll catch you next week. Goodbye.
This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.